and it is dealing with measuring with the metric system. Measuring with the metric system. Okay. So, today we will use a metric ruler to find the perimeter and area of shapes. We've already talked about the standard ruler, right, where we're using inches and things like that. Inches, yards, feet, miles, those are all our customary units of measurement. That's what we use here in the United States. However, most of the rest of the world uses the metric system, which is the other side of your ruler. See, inches are on this side, the millimeters and centimeters are on this side. Okay, this metric system is based on tens. It's actually way easier to use than our current customary system. It's easy. So the metric system is based on tens. For lengths, we use meters, right? Remember that prefix cent? We have 100 centimeters in a meter. See right there, that little measurement? This is our meter. That is a centimeter. If I take this meter and I split it up into 100 groups, I end up with a centimeter. Okay, so 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, and vice versa. 1 centimeter equals one of those 100 groups in a meter. Milli means 1,000. So 1 meter has 1,000 millimeters, and vice versa. 1 millimeter is worth 1,000th of a meter. So just knowing those word parts, cent and milli, can really help you figure out measurements in the metric system. Okay, let's use our ruler to count. If there are 100 centimeters in a meter and 1,000 millimeters in a meter, how many millimeters are in a centimeter? So from here to here, we have 1 centimeter. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 millimeters in a centimeter. 10 millimeters in a centimeter. So let's practice some measuring. If I look at this green triangle and I use my metric ruler, what is the length of one of the sides in centimeters and in millimeters? Well, this length is 2.5 or 2 5/10 centimeters. How many millimeters is that? Well, if there are 10 millimeters, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means I have 25 millimeters. Awesome. So here I've measured it in centimeters and in millimeters. What is the perimeter or the distance around the triangle in centimeters and millimeters? Well, we haven't done centimeters yet as far as adding our decimals. So here I'm going to go ahead and just use my millimeters. If I have 25 millimeters here, and I have 25 millimeters here, and 25 millimeters here, well, perimeter, distance around, that means I'm going to add all of these together. So I ended up with a total, 25 plus 25, let's see, that's 50, and 50 plus 25, well, that gives me 75 millimeters. Well, 75 millimeters is the same as 7 5/10 centimeters. 7 5/10 centimeters. How can you tell the difference between the centimeter marks on the ruler and the millimeter marks? Well, the millimeter marks are a little shorter than the centimeter marks. See these millimeter marks? They're a little shorter than those longer centimeter marks. What is the length of the longest side in centimeters and millimeters? This longest side is 5 centimeters, which means that it is 50 millimeters. 5 centimeters, which means it's 50 millimeters. What do I notice about my centimeter and millimeter measurements? 5 compared to 50? Well, I'm noticing that all I have to do is multiply by 10. And when I do that, I can just add a 0. Add a 0 meaning place a 0 after the 5. Okay? Again, if we were to find the perimeter, we would simply add all the sides together. What is the length of one side of this rhombus in millimeters and centimeters? I don't remember what the actual measurement is, but let's pretend it's 3 centimeters. That would mean it's 30 millimeters. Well, a rhombus is going to have equal side lengths. So that means I have 30 here, 30 here, 30 here, 30 here of millimeters. If I wanted to find the perimeter, I would add all of those sides up. 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30, well, that's 120. 120 millimeters. How many centimeters would that be? That would be 12 centimeters. 12 centimeters. Okay, how many meters long do you think the room you're in is? Well, it could be pretty big, right? If you're in a classroom, it would be many meters. If you're in your room, maybe not as many. Let's do some review. How many centimeters are in a meter? Well, that tells me 100. How many millimeters are in a meter? Well, milli, that tells me 1,000. How many millimeters are in a centimeter? What did I multiply this number by? Oh, 10. 10 millimeters are in a centimeter. What number is the metric system based on? The metric system is based on tens.